Hi people, welcome to my channel dedicated to the fascinating world of data science. On this channel, we delve into various data science topics. I've already created a playlist specifically focused on statistics. It covers essential statistical concepts that serve as the foundation for understanding data analysis. In last video, we discussed about DBMS architecture. Let's take a quick recap. The DBMS design depends upon its architecture, means the architecture of a database management system plays a significant role in determining how the overall design and structure of a DBMS is designed and functions. The architecture you select for DBMS directly affects its functionality, performance, scalability, and how it manages data. There are several types of DBMS architecture that we use according to the usage requirements. One-tier architecture, two-tier architecture, three-tier architecture. In one-tier architecture, the database is directly available to the user. The user can directly sit on the DBMS and use it. Means the client, server, and database all are present on the same machine. For example, to learn SQL, we set up an SQL server and the database on the local system. This enables us to directly interact with the relational database and execute operations. Advantages of one-tier architecture. This is the simplest architecture to set up as only a single machine is required to maintain it. No additional hardware is required for implementing one-tier architecture, which makes it cost-effective. One-tier architecture can be easily deployed and hence it is mostly used in small projects. Next is two-tier architecture. The two-tier architecture is similar to a basic client-server model. The application at the client end directly communicates with the database on the server side. APIs like ODBC and JDBC are used for this interaction. However, this model gives poor performance when there is a large number of users. Advantages of two-tier architecture, which is easy to access, scalable, easy deployment. Three-tier architecture. Among the three architectures mentioned, the three-tier architecture is most commonly used in modern applications. It has gained popularity due to its availability to provide better scalability, flexibility, and separation of concerns. In three-tier architecture, there is another layer between the client and the server. The client does not directly communicate with the server. Instead, it interacts with the application server, which further communicates with the database system, and then the query processing and transaction management takes place. This intermediate layer acts as a medium for exchange of partially processed data between the server and the client. This type of architecture is used in case of large web applications. Advantages of three-tier architecture: enhanced scalability. And scalability is enhanced due to distributed deployment of application servers. Data integrity. Three-tier architecture maintains data integrity since there is a middle layer between the client and the server. Data corruption can be avoided or removed. Security. Three-tier architecture improves security. Disadvantages of three-tier architecture: more complex. Three-tier architecture is more complex in comparison to two-tier architecture. Communication points are also doubled in three-tier architecture. Difficult to interact. It becomes difficult for this sort of interaction to take place due to the presence of middle layers. Now we have three schema architecture. We have internal schema. The internal schema represents the physical storage and organization of data within the database. It describes how data is stored on the physical storage media such as hard drives or solid state drives. Conceptual schema. The conceptual schema represents the overall logical structure of the entire database. It defines the relationship between the different entities and establishes the integrity constraints that governs the data. External schema, also known as user schema or view schema, represents the individual users or applications view of the database. The external schema provides a customized view of the database that includes only the relevant portions of data and hides the details that are not necessary for a particular user or application. It offers data security, privacy, and abstraction. Now we should know two terms: instance and schema. What are instances? These refers to a collection of all information and data stored at any given moment. One can easily change these instances using certain CRUD operations such as deletion and addition of data and information. What is schema? In simpler words, schema refers to the basic structure of how one needs to store data in many databases. A database is more about data and content, while a schema is more about structure of the said data. It can be categorized into three parts. These are physical schema, logical schema, and view schema. Physical schema. The physical schema represents the physical organization and storage structures of the database. It defines how the data is stored on physical storage media such as files, blocks, and records. Logical schema. The logical schema represents the logical organization of data in the database. It defines the structure of the database, includes entities, attributes, relationship, and constraints. However, the internal details such as implementation of data structure will be remaining hidden at this level. View schema, it represents the customized view of database for a specific user or application. It may involve selecting certain attributes or joining multiple tables. Generally, user describes end-user interaction with database systems. What is the difference between a DBMS architecture and a three-schema architecture? In simple terms, the difference between DBMS and three-schema architecture can be explained. DBMS architecture refers to the overall structure and design of the database management system, while the three-schema architecture is specific approach to organizing and representing data within that system. So this is all about today's video, guys. Be clear about concepts. If there is any confusion or doubt, you can watch the video twice and also comment down. I'm happy to clear your doubt. These concepts are a bit complex, but I try to make it as short and simple as I can. There is no such video which help you learn these topics together on YouTube till date, so please like the video and share to your friends. Thank you for watching. Please like my video if it is helpful and subscribe my channel Danis Nerd Gang for video related to data science.